We are into round 5. We are on Prolands and we're rolling out on Mac here.
Ooh, a bit of a face slam there into that side.
Oh, Mac!
No! Oh no, is Mooma back as well? What is going on? Disaster stations on the rollout for the Bloodsail Buccaneers Demo Man, but they're still trying to fight this mid anyway. They're still trying to get in. They're still trying to get space. As Silentes, 2 players behind, trying to spam in these rockets. But how does Auto died? Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't really catch that during all that, but that's a very valuable pick. Pappy's in here onto Eon. There's also going to be a Tomas. He's surely not going to miss his shots this time round. Well, maybe he's a wasp, we don't know. Juno goes so aggressive getting onto Silentes here, and it's all good for Eon here. Got his combo scout. He's sitting pretty here. Tomas even going to be caught out by Silves in the back there. Nice heads up play by him to catch him out, but really good start from the Bloodsail Buccaneers, keeping your medic alive, getting second for free, going to make their way up to Spire and already looking to lobby, I would expect.
Yeah, the nicest thing as well for the Bloodsail Buccaneers is that nobody else, like on the Witness side, were able to spawn in time. So Auto was alone for about maybe 5-6 seconds there towards the end, and they're only at 40% Uber. Second point is capped up. They're getting their gun, which is, it's level 2. It'll do a job. The Pyro is up. The soldiers are ready. And we're going to see an Uber charge about to fly in, probably from lower, from Mac.
Yep, straight in through main. Going to take the sentry gun out and try to get as much cap time as possible. Actually, they're going to take up this left-hand side
down.
here. Yeah, Pappy down is a good pick, but they get the heavy out through this right-hand spawn here. They need to get a couple more picks. Juno going down to the heavy here is really good, and they just can't get anything on point. Estelle, he is going to be chased down. Eon luckily lives, and these 2 soldiers actually staying up on the height here, but Silentes comes through the spawn door, is going to take down left there, and it just, it's just Silves running it down main. Oh my god, Tomas.
Yeah, Tomas hit some really, really good reflex there to keep both himself and his team alive on that point, and you see the power of Pyro and such a claustrophobic last as Prolands, and Pyro is, I'd say, pretty much as essential as a gun. I think it's a class you're going to see it used a lot on these defensive situations, but now they're turning to offense here on Testimonianza di gioco as they walk through in from choke, soldiers bombing forth, and we see Silves trying to get in on the flank, might find a kill onto Silentes, but doesn't quite manage to make it happen, as we see now Testimonianza di gioco taking mid, and they, with 2 soldiers up, they want to walk this further.
Yeah, they're taking this absolutely for free. That's mid for free, and it's going to be second for free as well here for TDG. Now Ubers, they have evened up, so we are basically flip-flopping around. We'll see what they can do onto last. Once again, we do see that Pyro setup. I think this map is just the best map for Pyro in the entire game. I remember playing this years ago, and you just couldn't get past the Pyro. It's just so disgusting on this high ground.
Absolutely, and it's so good for blocking the gun as well. We see a soldier getting underneath, actually getting completely away from the Pyro, and bombs back up and around, dancing left and right. Sail lost completely, trying to catch these players, but all 3 projectile is going to sack in for that one. Pappy, Sil, and Lucas all falling. As we see just the scouts and the medic trying to escape out. How far do they retreat, and how far do the Buccaneers try to push forward? It doesn't look like too far at all to me, because they are literally we're sat looking at a Pyro and an NG literally just sat on a gun. They're not bothered. They want to chill. They want the round reset.
I think if Silves doesn't die there, you maybe try to take an opportunity, but it's so wide open on this map. There's so many opportunities to get flanked, so many hiding places that you just don't want to risk it. And I think it is such a strong last hold to try to capture and hold down that I think it's probably the smart decision. So that's exactly what they do, and they, as you were saying, they just kept this Pyro and NG either way. But it's a nice sticky trap from Mac, very well thought out. It's going to slow down the side of TGG. Gives a bit more time to Yao. There's a fight going on in secret. Pappy does win that against Left here, so maybe there's a little opportunity, but I think Silves should be pretty ready for anyone trying to flank on through.
Yeah, I think Silves is potentially bringing a banner of some kind. Just because you're playing this high ground here in front of the spawn, you can constantly resub. You're at very limited risk. A lot of the time we see their resupply binding straight away, and you can just play this high ground and spam. You're not jumping around too much, but they do have to eventually start looking out these doors, because Pappy's getting a lot of space here, and never mind, gets cleaned up with the power of the resupply.
Yeah, he is running the banner here. It will be the buff banner, so mini crits may be coming online. Did some decent damage against Pappy. They're going to be building things up slowly, but surely it could be really powerful if they decide to go for a trade here and you just manage to have mini crits in the post-Uber here. We'll see if that's how it goes, or if they manage to get a successful sack through on TGG. Just trying to spam out the sentry gun to no avail at the moment is ridiculously hard.
Latesy's come and seen what Sil did and said, it's my time to come up on the sniper class. As Ixie picks up the rifle. We've seen some wild shots mixed in the past. Maybe it could work. There's a couple of angles to choose from. Being quite claustrophobic, you are a bit limited. But there's definite options from lower. Lower is definitely the place to be for Sniper, and it might be a place to find a soldier pick. But look, soldiers dancing around. The second one is stood behind a pillar, strategically placed to be outside of the Sniper sightline.
Yeah, he's actually playing that so well. Really giving respect to the Sniper here, but Ixie's still looking for this angle, looking for someone going a little too aggressive, but he's taken down so low so many times. How many times do you try this play before you just go for a hero shot? 2 minutes remaining on the clock. We usually see about a minute they'll go for a trade, right? Because the fights can go for a bit longer. I feel like there's basically a minute for this Sniper to do something, and they are playing it so regimented on the Bloodsail Buccaneers against this Sniper so far.
On Sylv's die is actually with a 100% banner getting caught there by Pappy. So this might be an opportunity to walk in. One less soldier holding a door. Ixie peeking forward, trying to find the head of the medic. Mac falling as well. And now 3 players down. Ubercharge used out on Thomas. They're walking it forward. They're trying to get this trade in. Sail going to be popped onto here. But only Pyro and NG. Not really the classes you want when this goes into an extended fight. Spawners are coming up. Thomas on the point getting a good amount of cap time, but players collapsing in. It's all do or die. Everyone's flinging themselves in at the point, and Pappy is the one to cap it out.
Why does Cell run away from the point there? Why do you ever press your S key? You have an air blast, you can just air blast them to completely destroy any sort of position they're going to have in the post Uber. Disconnect the scout and the medic, but they do absolutely nothing of that sort. Cell just goes back to point. Toe gets a load of cap time. They have to sack 3 players onto it and completely fumble what was looking like such a good last hold.
Absolutely, yeah. Just players start falling like dominoes there over on the Bloodsail Buccaneers, and they don't really. They had that Uberad situation earlier on. They really don't want that fumble to come and bite them back later on. But last mid-fight was especially good, and that was with a beef rollout. This time it seems like they're a lot faster coming in up through enemy shithouse, taking space on the enemy side of mid-blow, getting hounded on the flank, just getting chased all the way back by Thomas. But that means there's a scout out of the fight now for Witness as they try and recall this back in. Lucas weak, Auto's eating some flak as well, as this is getting into complete carnage territory. Yunu now wanting to get in and really fight onto these players, but the first medic to fall is Eon, and now it looks as if the rest of the Buccaneers might well be sinking.
Yeah, that is definitely their ship sunk here. Nice finishing rockets from Pappy there, but I think the big problem was just Left getting caught. They both did a their side rotate round, but they kind of had Left in Valley, and if he's unspotted and unchecked, he has a really good opportunity of kind of getting in, managing to do something, but getting caught instantly just completely ruins their game plan on the side of TGG, and they just kind of played it a little bit better, had a bit of a better pincer here. So once again, we are back on last with the Bloodsail Buccaneers. TGG managed to break it with that Uber trade. We'll see, maybe they just go for an instant Uber trade here, or maybe they want to try to break it. It's KritzKast actually up on the Bloodsail Buccaneers.
75% as well on this Kritz. This has to be fast and it has to be clean. Either they catch Eon or they catch the player who is going to be getting ready to move in onto Heavy. They push in through, trying to get on this gun. The gun takes a fair bit of time to go down, and now the Heavy is up. Yunu is out with the crits. The laser beams are out over towards the point. They're trying to get something done with it, but everyone in Witness is just cowering away, waiting for it to fade. Auto falls, but he is the only player to drop in this crits. The crits didn't get too much done as the Lucas and Sil between themselves still fighting tooth and nail to get in, but it's the Heavy eventually, not with the crits, but just with regular good old bullets that is able to just sit it out and hide.
Oh my god, Pappy's actually going to get something from his hiding
crazy.
spot.
Ad 5 gets destroyed.
Ixie there to follow out. That was a nice little hiding spot from Pappy. Taking down Mac is actually pretty crucial here. You're going to really struggle to get him through any choke point without your demo man here, and TGG know that as they are already walking in through choke. Taking this fight to the Bloodsail Buccaneers. What do they have to say about that? The cannons are not firing today.
Yeah, it's getting rough, and Blow getting caught, not able to get back to the forward spawn as well. Not what they are after. Mac a late spawner too. Yunu back with the crits again. He's able to get a kill onto Lucas. They can't get much else because Eon has gone down and there's just one demo man left on this last point. This is going to be 2-0, and I think he's going to be very, very fast.
Yeah, there's just no defense here. Mac trying his very hardest to be sent straight back to the spawn queue. It's just a matter of time here. And it's TGG winning it on 2 rounds thus far. Not looking so good for the Bloodsail Buccaneers. I feel like they've just been pushed back onto their last, that whole round. That's all they had.
They got stuck on... Thanks, Peter. That is a very brutal replay to put up. We didn't forget. But I think getting stuck in crits is really not ideal there. They're trying to push out. They're still on the crits. They want to make value out of it. Mac, this time around, it's a little bit better. Maybe not quite perfect, not as fast as Lucas, but at least we've made it there this time.
It's serviceable. It's serviceable. But we are onto our third mid here. Looks like it's about the same. Silentez unspotted behind. Now he is, but he does good damage. Surely there's just a follow-up bomb coming here. I'd be screaming for my team to get in. It's Lucas going in deep. The health is diabolical on the side of the Bloodsail Buccaneers. They have to back out. They need to get Eon out now. Why are you so aggressive? You've lost your entire team. Please leave. Cell's going in. How are they still fighting? They believe in Bloke in the backlines, but this is just scary. Somehow they've managed to come back in.
Absolutely, yeah, and they're getting more than that as well. Because
And they're
the players
getting back
collapsing. Look at the collapse on this flank as well. These players might even be getting out here. They're going to try and scurry back towards their forward spawn, but Lucas with the sword is catching heads and is able to rip the head clean off Eon. It's him that's doing the swashbuckling today, as there's actually only 3 players left alive. They're going to have to try and play this ad, and it might not even be that much ad because they've used into last, and they're in a weird 3v4 kind of situation here.
They're trying to back cap.
They get the back cap. They get it in time. Oh, it's carnage.
Right. Okay, let's take a second to see what happened. Okay, so TDG capped mid, back capped as the Bloodsail Buccaneers decided to refight mid with 3 players down, somehow defend last from an Uber coming in from TDG, and have a player in behind. What is this round, Ben?
This is absolutely wild. What a save. I didn't quite catch who did the back cap, but the heads up play just to basically leave your last defenders out to dry the face of an enemy Uber and just commit to it and stick it. And that has got Bloodsail Buccaneers back in this round with some advantage. Not maybe enough to push off into a sniper as well. Maybe not ideal, but
yeah.
they're maybe thinking about it. They group towards choke quite aggressively.
Yeah, unspotted sniper thus far as well, we must say. We'll see what TDG does. They're looking into house. They want to use this Uber. It's actually turned into 40% here. Surely Mac just uses it through the door. That's exactly what happens. Big bomb in, but gets insta-denied by a pipe from Lucas there. Loses all momentum, and now his health is bad. Uber has faded. They want to try to get in now.
85% here on auto. They can't walk it in with Uber just yet, but the point is getting blocked enough. Lucas doing fantastic work over the top of this. Still getting caught though is maybe going to be a bit of a nuisance in terms of this flank trading out for Bloke though. It should be fine for Witness. They've settled it down. They just have to be a little bit wary of back caps, but it seems like the Buccaneers have all decided to hightail it out all the way. They're just playing on their own last. They don't want to play off the cap time on mid. They don't want to risk any more players. They're just going to chill it out.
Yeah, they're going to be on 80% maybe when they decide to push in here on TDG, but they're taking their time. They have that XE sniper, maybe giving a bit of respect, thinking they should have the Uber already here, but taking this upper lobby area, TDG looking to take it through the left side. Actually, they are going to use, it's going to be 89% here on the side of the Buccaneers. Mac is in an awkward situation. They're getting some early cap time here. Mac detonates on himself and takes Tomas off the point. No one's looking at the point. Tomas is fighting up in secret here. It's going to get messy at the end here. It's Cell versus the world, and he cannot get off this point for a second.
This is going to be a third round, I think, here. There's one scout, not enough when the explosions come raining in. And there they go. Witness Gaming back on top. 3-0, under half the game played. This is a great tutorial in how to play Badlands.
Yeah, this has been pretty perfect thus far from them, to be honest. They had that bit of a shaky start where they lost the first mid, but since then, they've kind of just adapted. They've been playing better. Their mids just look good. I think they need to change something on the Buccaneers mids here. They just need to either meet them or just send some really aggressive bombs in, I think.
Yeah, last time we saw Sil like hiding behind in choke, and that did great work when they tried to rotate up from Shithouse. It looks like Shithouse is the direction again for the Bloodsail Buccaneers. They try and get up and in, but these soldiers just landing in. They are doing a ton of damage. Bloke's already fallen. Eon's really weak as well, but Lucas on the backside is getting traded out. Players collapsing left and right. There's a soldier there. That's Silentez getting chipped down. Yunu getting all 3 kills thus far. It's just Auto and Ixie backing it out. Resupply binding back to their own spawn as they could just get themselves up on an energy. They're wanting to chill this one out.
Yeah, great bombs and really great follow-up from Junu there. Basically got everyone who was taken down low, kind of caught them in their own shit house. I was a bit worried because they were dodging around Valley pretty well. Auto was super healthy, but they just lose players in the end, right? But now it's for the Bloodsail Buccaneers to try to get something going into last. We've seen it's hard, this Pyro, this NG. is a formidable opponent here. What do? Do they sack? Do they insta-trade? What's the play here?
The pressure last time was what worked for Witness when they were in the opposite situation, when they were pressuring into the Buccaneers last, and it was just, you need to find a kill. Via spam, via a sniper, via anything like that. They've got Uno on the sniper, so that might be the way that they're able to sort of creep in and do that, because as we saw before, 1 kill becomes 2, becomes 3, becomes gun going down, becomes Uber forced, and that's round win. So it's all eyes on who can get a pick, who can get some space. Uno currently the one in a best position to get a kill, I think, on the sniper.
Yeah, I would think so here. I think this is really what they're playing. I'll get some body shot from Happy. That's a first, at least. But now you know that they have that, and now that's a scout down, and it's already a soldier going in behind, unspotted as well, I think. I don't know if they know about Happy in the back.
Oh, he's going to jump up through the window. There is a sticky on it. He's maybe going to be going back towards lobby, though. Eon could be in a world of hurt. Happy bashes his head, though, into the roof.
Dude, they still don't know he's here. He's a spy. How are you doing this? And then he just does 60 damage and has to back up. That's unlucky. I think he played that and positioned himself really well. And you have to give credit where credit's due. Smart play just to leave, play your life. You don't need to do anything crazy. But Ixie going down, that's the sentry gun essentially dead, but Mac is just going to feed in, and then Blokiz as well, and now it's getting messy and horrible, and
Oh, but this is the opposite of what worked for Witness earlier. We saw them get 1 kill, and that just let them amp up the pressure. It was just way too fast from the Pirates. They wanted to just like surge in and you know, just start plundering, but you just can't. You've got to play it slow into a map like this that's so claustrophobic, and now we see utter, well, chaos erupting here on mid. We've got Ubercharge popped out. Big rockets actually from Sylvs there over onto Lucas as he tries to settle things down on the mid and steady the ship. Happy gonna have to jump away with still Lucas down. It's gonna be very rough in terms of holding these doorways.
That was cinematic in third person. I really like that. Bombs coming in though from Sylvs, taking down Auto. Playmaker of the round, Mr. Sylvs coming in. Mac needs to be careful. Mac gets a nice pipe, but they're losing players here. And now it's Eon basically alone. Cell comes in, but it's too little too late. We'll take down both scouts. That's a deserved taunt, I think, but Celentes now coming in, trying to make something happen, but
oh, what a rocket.
I was going to say Cell's going to take him down with 1 more shot, but that was a little too soon. As a nice rocket from Celentes now. How do you feel about this situation now on the Buccaneers? What can they do with the position they're in? Both medics basically spawning at the same time. Do you go for something aggressive here?
They have to try. You've got... With Proland second, you do have quite a few options in terms of places you can pressure. We've seen Choke already been used, but Valley, you can get a lot of space. And you can. This is a map where you can really look to send people behind the lobby if you really want. You can send people towards the bridge. You can really try and cut off the enemy team, and that's what they're doing so far. They're taking Space Valley, they're sticking up, and they're trying to just find a way in. Try and just at least isolate someone, find a kill, find anything that can loosen Witness's grip on this second point.
Yeah, Junior did huge pressure through Choke there. Barely Pappy survives by an arrow from Auto, but Celentes is just sitting in the forward spawn. We can see him on the little X-ray there, and he's just raining down so much spam that it's just impossible to get in through Valley. It's such a stronghold from Witness.
That's the one unique thing about this map. For anyone who's potentially not seen this map before, it is that it has...
It's quite possible.
Proland is pretty new, so at least it's new in returning. But yeah, these forward spawn on second, you can walk into it and you can open it up by going up to the door, even if like you don't hold the midpoint. So that's why we see Sylvs playing in that doorway, trying to use the resupply cabinet to his advantage, as he's traded that 1-for-1. And honestly, I think this works in Buccaneers' favour, because they can look now with a bit more space. It opens up a bit more. They can maybe look to try and make something work. They've got player into lobby as well, I believe. Is that a scout?
Yeah, Juno in behind there when Celentes died, but he's already back up. They may have wasted too much time trying to get in here. They kind of had the eyes diverted, and it's a bomb in. It is the Force. Good play from Sylvs there, and everyone should be able to get out. It's a bit of a weird position from Eon, but maybe it's actually a good one where Cell can just run back in, get a couple of frags. Lucas is dodging and diving. Yeah, this is not great, but hopefully they have enough players coming in.
Ixie in the flank just catching loads of damage as well onto these retreating Buccaneers, and everyone, well, it's not looking great, shall we say, for the Buccaneers. The Uber looked perfect. They just had so many players getting caught off outside of the Uber.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a good position there from the Buccaneers. You can't really ask for much better. But yeah, it's fumbled. Ixie comes in, gets a free K, destroys your whole flank. What can you do? Sometimes the Italian Stallion just does that.
Yeah, we know he's one of the best scouts in the world for a reason. And it's those clean-up plays, even in the face of an enemy Uber, able to get around, taking virtually no damage on his own, able to clean up and win the fight. So now, it's back to witness on enemy last, with big Uber ad and a big push coming in from this left-hand side. We've seen them winning these situations before. Can they do it again? Gun down already, cap time already. A little hit from Thomas. Has to be careful of those sticks above, as now he just reroutes things around, tries to get back in. There's not really an Uber charge to worry about yet from Eon. He's only at 75%. Cap time can start coming through. 3 players have fallen. The heavy is down, and the point has flipped. It's 4-0.
Yeah, absolute destruction that round. The push is just so clinical. It really feels like they know exactly how to play that last point. They take the Uber in, they get the gun, and a lot of the time teams will struggle because you can play from the respawn quite effectively onto the point. But Thomas, he just keeps clipping the point, making MacDet stickies, making a soldier commit, and then the soldier just come in from up top while they're distracted and just manage very, very well to take that round. We are fixing our game. Technical difficulties for a second here, but how, Ben, are we feeling so far about how this game is going? Expected? Disappointed? How are your emotions thus far?
The first mid was the peak in terms of Buccaneers, and I think it's been a bit of a slippery slope since then. I think they were in the game for a bit around that. They had that time, they were holding their last for a while, it looked pretty solid, but I felt just as soon as they went around down, it was, they became a bit more desperate. And I think Witness, they're just so controlled. They're locking in. As obviously, it takes time to come in and settle to your setup again. And still, like, first land back with the team in quite a while as well. I think Witness is just getting stronger and stronger ever so slowly. And yeah, the rest of this game has been, I'd say, fairly dominant.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the Buccaneers take the last mid. I was confident. I was like, oh, you're looking good. You might be able to get something, send a couple of sacks in. But they just do what I feel a lot of the teams do against Witness and just get super eager and think you can do what you could do against some lower prem teams. And, oh, you get a pick, we're going to flood in and take an advantage of that. But Witness just have such a good hold, such good positioning and play off each other so well that it's actually to a detriment a lot of the time. That they're just going without the necessary information. But we will see, can TDG make a clean 5-0? Or do the Bloodsail Buccaneers still have something in them? Do they have something to say?
Here we go, back after our technical difficulties. We are rolling out for potentially the last round of this game, 4-0. One more round would end it instantly. Mac hitting the nicest roll out of the game so far, I think there.
Proud of him.
Really good stuff. Going to land a couple of stickies over at enemy house as the team group up towards the right side, but still again, once more in this same position we've seen many, many times over the years as they bomb in and collapse forward. Pappy and Sil instantly eviscerating Eon.
What can you do against it, man? And Thomas is just hitting every shot, keeping his medic alive. It's just Sills in the background. We'll take down Thomas, but yeah, they've got his number now. There's not much this man can do, and he will just back spawn smartly. So once again, going to be full Uber advantage for the side of TDG here.
Sil's been doing that play now for 10 years. He's got it down to absolute perfection. As you see a soldier fight on second, Pappy counter-jumping away. That is not honourable in my books.
Add 5 and counter-jumping. You're going to see him on shotgun next.
You're getting kicked off the MGE server for that. Well, I paid the price, I guess, because the entire team has died on Witness, so justice is served for counter-jumping on 5 as Sil and actually this is Thomas Scout actually trying to back up this. They are going to get this, aren't they? They're going to back up it. Players coming back. Air shot attempts and an air shot hit as well. Great stuff. Second point gets capped up. Matt going to try and come in to deny or to recap the second point, but there's so few players left to try and scurry this back together.
That air shot felt Eeply-esque. I feel like I've seen that before by one of the best soldiers in the game. Just real deja vu moment here. Oh, but a nice little catch onto Sail as it is the Buccaneers trying to get something going, trying to get it into mid here, but so denied by Lucas. He's doing so much damage. Uber is used out. Nice fight by Lucas.
Lucas, like, when the enemy is Ubered, like, it's not like you're Ubered because he still destroys you and he's still dancing and weaving dies at the hands of Silv's pickaxe. But if he got that kill, that would have been outrageous. Pappy now, they are loving this, aren't they, Witness? They are playing like they're just enjoying it. They're having fun. They're just going for things, and everything seems to be working.
Yeah, this just feels like their playground at this point, right? It feels like they kind of can do whatever they want to do, and it's gonna work out somehow in their favor. We are in a position we've seen many times this game. I think this will be the 5th or 6th time we've seen a full Uber advantage for the side of TDG. They're looking to this top left-hand side once more. Gonna kill this sentry gun. How do they adapt on the Buccaneers? What do they change up? No stickies on the spawn door. Mac maybe had to do a little more damage. Tomad's getting some good initial cap time, but 5 health remaining. Can he survive this? Apparently so. Not for too long, though. Now the pigs not looking too crazy thus far. Bloat going to be up in a couple of seconds. They do look like they want to go for a repush on the side of TGG. Ixie's just going to hit some 2 shots.
That's outrageous aim from Ixie. Only him and Auto left alive in the 2v2, and that, let's leave it be because it's just Auto. Ixie going in deep, getting a couple of good kills, but I don't know, at this point, there's 5 minutes left. There's basically not enough time to win this, and Auto is going to at least have even Ubers, maybe even a slight advantage depending on how quickly he can make his pocket scout. And maybe, I think they're like walking in. They actually want to fight this. This is very disrespectful. Oh, Silves! Well, he's enjoying it as well.
Yeah, that's what you get for disrespecting it, right? Like, you can't just run in and do that. Yeah, we get the fuck out from Tomad there. He knows he's been outplayed. They're lovely rockets here. Oh, but come on, Lucas. I swear he actually has like 80% accuracy on his pipes. It's just crazy.
This guy is, yeah. I don't know, anyone who was saying that it was the lock and load that made him the best demo in Denver, it's just not true. He would have also been the best with the pipes as well. If you see him again just deleting everything in choke, he's at the same time, he's locking out the team in choke and still airshotting people.
Yeah, how do you do it? How is it possible? During all this, TGG, they had mid, then Max sacked in onto second. And now Auto has Uber. Eon is about to get Uber, but...
Is he? Are we sure?
Yeah, he gets it just about.
Close moment there for Eon. I wasn't so sure. It's 87%, and that's all well and good, but he wasn't beaming anyone.
Little bit scary here. But TGG, during all that, did not have to use Uber, so we'll be having the advantage coming in onto second there. Auto sending out a couple of arrows, trying to see if he can find a cheeky 75 damage, but this is not an easy push to make dry here. There's just so much spam constantly coming, but Auto is somehow just staying 150 HP basically this entire time here. It's just team is slowly making their way forward. The chariot is going forward. It is a bomb in here, and it's a nice little surf all the way to Mandem, is what we're now calling this. Land dodgers, not here.
Yeah, he's dodged and weaved away, and Eon somehow manages to escape from this one, but it's again big disadvantage. We saw the last one fail, didn't quite get enough with their Uber. This time around, they're going to fly in. Sail's a late spawner, so there's going to be no gun, no pyro to deal with this. Just a heavy, but Sticky's on point from Mac. Are going to get the kill into Tomas. There is a world now where they can look to settle this down and hold it. Happy not quite able to find the last lick of damage there over onto Silves, as it's now getting, I think it might be over. I think the push, I think these soldiers have not been able to get enough done. Demo's down, yes. Overcharge forced out finally from both these two teams, but how about the recollapse? There's a heavy on the ring as well.
This is so weird. After Silves jumps in, it's still an Uber trade. There's all sorts of wacky stuff going on. I feel like this is a TF2 center lobby.
Yeah, I think we had some Fat Scout action for a moment there as well from Yunu. Still finding an important kill there onto Mac, in the context of maybe getting into last and maybe helping out the team, but Lucas going down in tow means there's a chance of a push out, but there's players everywhere. There's players on flanks. There's someone trying to back cap as well. Like,
Toe and Eon have just been fighting for about 10 seconds in the lobby.
Yeah, what is even going on?
Yeah, we are definitely into trash time at this point. I mean, it's very much over. It might be a 4-0, it might be a 5-0. The Buccaneers still giving it a good go, though, pushing out onto second. He managed to cap up Spy here, but Ixie in behind takes the 1v1 with Juno. Unsuccessful thus far. Might be an opportunity, actually, for the side of the Bloodsail Buccaneers to get into mid if they want it.
Now, what we really want here, I can see a crit screen getting built over on Eon. I think Mac is maybe going to be in for some big crit stickies unless he gets caught out here on the way in. This crit is actually quite a long way away from being built. Oh, big shots coming in from Pappy too. Maybe this one's not going to be getting off the launch pad. Eon's so weak though. He's so close to dying at any moment.
Yeah, but surely he just gets the crits. Surely we see a funny crit, and they're winning it out
80%.
actually. The Buccaneers playing in the chaos and playing it well.
Otto's toying. Oh, it's nothing else to do, I guess. Waiting for these spawners to come in. Now, crits into last. I want to vote. I think, is it going to work?
Okay, no. Definitely going to work. How many kills? Easy 4K from Mac. I've never doubted it. There's not even going to be 4 players on last. 1! No, 0!
No, it's...
Oh, it's so stinky.
Can we take the cam off? Turn it off. Cancel.
I'm sorry for being a believer, Mac. Well, that's that crits. We have about a minute remaining. That's enough time for one more crits, or for this Uber to come out and just absolutely decimate things. I think you can still go from second to mid here.
Oh, easily. 50 seconds is maybe possible to go.
They're taking their time, though.
They're gonna go for it. They're just worried about back cap. They want to keep it 4-0. They don't want anything funny happening on last. Still with the shotgun. Maybe he is playing like it's 10 years ago. Into a parachuting soldier, maybe not. That gun wasn't in the game back then. That unlock wasn't around. But the crits is back in. Sylvs with 1 rocket on the crits. Gets nothing. Gets a second rocket. Gets flash. A third rocket maybe? No third rocket in from Sylvs. The crits is... It's not been too pretty these last times.
This is definitely a TF2 central lobby. I've just seen 2 parachutes come out, a shotgun soldier, and a crits creed. You can't convince me otherwise.
That's true.
Are we on the right STV?
Yeah, we've got like the name overrides, right? This could be anyone.
Yeah.
You know, any of your favourite lobby merchants, but yeah, the crits and funny shenanigans for the last 5 minutes aside, obviously everyone was loosening up a little bit, but for the part of the game that mattered, it was dominant.
Yeah, I mean, they just looked better throughout that. They had better mids, good conversions, and they just knew exactly what to do coming onto last. They felt very, very clinical, and they really knew how to kind of abuse those spawns. And yeah, there we see Pappy looking a little bit happy with that win, having a little bit of a giggle with the T in there. But yeah, they look good, having a little look at the logs. Yeah.
Straight on the logs.
Yeah, who went crazy?
Highlighting DPM as well. There we go. But no, they're enjoying things. You see Ixie booting up onto a pub on Dust Bowl as well.
No, we're just stuck on Dust Bowl.
They're stuck on the Dust Bowl server. Okay, they got a Twitch stream up as well. Great stuff.
Hi, J-Max.
No, fantastic stuff from the Italian Witness players. And I was a bit worried they were maybe shook a bit last game, but they have just come out the other side. They're one of these teams, you've seen it time and time again, like it looks as if they're maybe not up to their peak form, and they can just turn it around. We've seen it in so many lands. They get stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah, I think one thing that is consistently said about Witness is they have, like, the best mental in TF2. Like, they don't shout at each other, they don't get angry, and they reset so well, right? And I think that's probably one of their strongest things is that, and being super constructive after games. I think it just makes them one of the better teams, and yeah, I think that showed during that game.